Hello, I'm Illustrious Elucidation. I'm a chemistry graduate and now I would like to try again explaining Dr. Stone parts with the chemistry knowledge that I have. With Senku's and Shino's calculation from previous chapter, the Kingdom of Science now have a clear destination. 3 degrees 7 minutes south and 60 degrees 1 minute west. And in our world that's Manaus, Brazil, and that's in the middle of Amazon rainforest. However, with Stanley's team chasing after them with aircraft carrier supplied with abundant oil as fuel, outrunning Stanley with a smaller ship with wood as fuel that needs to be resupplied often on shore seems hard, if not impossible. Luckily, in this chapter, the Kingdom of Science found Chelsea the master geographer by chance, which joins them and tells them the shortcut route to their destination. There are two chemistry topics that happens in this chapter, I think. Wood as fuel or gas from charcoal as Shino says, and phosphorescent paint that was used by Chelsea. I actually want to focus on wood gas fuel and just explain the phosphorescent paint briefly, because I think I need to do this chapter before I explain a future chapter I have in mind. Okay, let's get the phosphorescent stuff out first. Phosphorescence or glow in the dark is a different phenomenon than fluorescence from the dye in markers. In fluorescence, an electron in atom absorbs light, usually in UV spectrum, and re-emits the light again in visible spectrum pretty quickly. No more light source for absorption, no more light emitted. For phosphorescence, an electron in atom absorbs UV light again, but it falls down to a special energy state, so now it emits its light much more slowly. The material can glow for a bit after the UV light source is turned off. Sphalerite is zinc sulfide, and Nalred has an entire 30-minute video about this same zinc sulfide where he makes it by himself, and uses it to make glow-in-the-dark toy babies. Now, that wood as fuel stuff. Shino says that the ship they're on uses 6 engines, powered by gas from charcoal. With that, the ship goes slowly and steadily, but that's not good enough because Stanley is chasing them with a much quicker vessel. 3 chapters later, it is explained further that the next item they will make will be powered with the same engine. And Shino clarifies again the engine runs on gas produced by burning wood. So, charcoal or wood? Transforming wood into charcoal is, I assume, old news and everyone knows. Put wood in heat without oxygen, chemicals in wood break down in heat, aka pyrolysis. And the result is carbon-rich item with much less water content, that is charcoal. Now the gas. And I think this is where the interesting chemistry happens. There is something called syngas or synthesis gas that you can make. And historically it was used as fuel, first for lamps or gas lighting, but later for other sorts of things, including fuel for a car that uses wood gas, like it was done by Germany in World War II. It can be made using solid fuels like coal, charcoal, wood, or other biomass or even waste, or liquids like petroleum. So solid fuel or liquid fuel turns to gaseous fuels. Although solid fuels are usually turned to carbon by pyrolysis, like wood turning into charcoal, then steam is added over the hot carbon, and this reaction happens. I think this is a mixture of a variation of steam reforming reaction and water gas shift reaction. Steam reforming normally uses methane, CH4, but we use carbon instead. The reaction can continue, making even more hydrogen. Either way, the takeaway is that the gas produced contains a lot of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. The mixture of these two is very useful for various purposes. There are many variations and names of it like water gas, wood gas, coal gas, syngas, producer gas, etc. But from what I understood, what they have in common is those two gases that came from similar gasification process. What are the uses of carbon monoxide and hydrogen? For one, both are combustible gas, and the carbon monoxide can take one more oxygen atom. And for the hydrogen, we definitely have seen that before. Speaking of the hydrogen, internal combustion engines are not the only way to get power from fuel. I assume the ship Sinnoh has uses that kind of engines, which are also used by most of us in real life in our cars, motorcycles, and etc. Although ours take gasoline as fuel instead of wood gas. The other way to get power from hydrogen is fuel cells, which does not combust the hydrogen, but instead uses it in an electrochemical system, so you get electricity instead of just heat. Hydrogen is also the main ingredient in Haber-Bosch process that makes ammonia, which has been discussed in chapter 152. As for carbon monoxide, it can be used to make phosgene, which in turn makes polycarbonate and polyurethane plastics, a different kind of plastic compared to the one used back in season 1 episode 23. It can also be used to make methanol, which makes an alternative path to the wood distillation, also in season 1 episode 23. In conclusion, I see two things that I can relate to chemistry in this chapter. Phosphorescence is a phenomenon involving electrons in atoms getting into weird forbidden state, which make items glow in the dark. The engine in the ship is a wood gas or charcoal gas engine. Wood or charcoal can be turned to gas with heat and steam. The resulting gas is useful not only as fuel, but also to make other things. That's all I have for now. If you have questions on the part that I haven't explained clearly, do not hesitate to comment your questions below. Like the video if you're satisfied already, and subscribe if you want more videos like this from me. Thanks for watching.